What are your top tips for self-taping? What works for you and what don't you like seeing?
So self-tapes from our point of view is slightly different because obviously the casting director, they're trying to gauge, a certain character, etc. So for us, the technical sides aren't as important as long as we can see you clearly, and if it's a vocal that we can hear you clearly, that's important. I think the whole, they always say a nice, blank background, and make sure there aren't any kind of external noises going on. But other than that, there's nothing specific. As long as it's quite clear and we get to see what you want to show us, then that's great. We're not normally sitting judging the technical side as much. But yeah, lighting and all of that also can make a difference. Sometimes if you're in front of a window, which means that we only kind of see half your face because of shadows. So maybe look out for those things, just lighting and sound quality, and that we can see you clearly.
I think that's a good point. I don't think that there isn't as much focus on vocal reels as it is for show reels. But as things move forwards in the musical theatre, the singing part, the theatre part of the industry, I think they're certainly more useful now than they were before all of this. Our personal preference is we like vocal reels to be filmed vocal reels. So it's fine to go to the studio and sing a lovely song and show how beautiful your voice is, but I think everyone wants to see people's acting through song and their connection to it. So our top tip would be to film a vocal reel so we can really see that connection to the text and the storytelling qualities that you have.
You represent actors in film, TV and stage. If somebody had a particular interest in one of those categories, would you still be interested in representing them?
Whilst we represent all areas of the performing industry, theatre, film, TV, we are very much client-led. So if one of our clients says, I'd love to be represented by you, and that's all lovely, but actually I just want to focus on musical theatre. I'm not interested in screen work. I haven't trained in it. I don't feel comfortable or confident. So right now I would just like to focus on musical theatre. Then that's what we do. We look after our clients as individuals and try to achieve the goals that they want to achieve. We're not here to throw things at you that you would feel uncomfortable with or not ready to do, or had the correct training and feel that you are a credible enough performer within that area as the other area. So for us, we don't expect our clients to be able to do every discipline and genre of performing. It's very much each client has their own niche with where they want to perform, and we follow their lead. We listen to what they want to do, and hopefully try and create as many opportunities for them as possible within all those fields, or narrow it down smaller.
Actors tend to like emailing casting directors. What do you think of this? Should actors do this often or at all?
So, we personally think if the casting director has put their details online and things and they're happy to accept emails from actors, you are your own business. So we think it's important to kind of stay proactive, and we absolutely think if you have a reason to be in touch, then you should. It's always really lovely when our clients maybe tell us, let us know, I'm wanting to send this email out, I've just got some new headshots, so can I pop this email over to you and you have a look, and these are the people I'm thinking of sending it over to, and then we can kind of just have a little read and make sure it seems useful. So yeah, we think it's a good thing. It's good to be proactive. I think it makes us feel good that we have some control on what's going on with our career. I think the main thing is to have a purpose for it, whether it's an agency change or you've added to your show reel or you're about to be in a programme so you want them to watch it, rather than just a general, because the way things work now online, people are very busy and they have a lot going on. And they have to deal with it very quickly, so it's better to have a purpose for your email rather than just a general email to say hi.
So my question is, what can an auditioner or auditionee do to redeem themselves during the audition? So if they mess up and start stressing, what can they do to fix the solution?
So I think in an audition, if you feel it's going horribly wrong, don't panic. I know that's easier said than done, but that's your moment, that's your time in the room to say, I'm really sorry, can I stop and start again? Actually, I didn't convey this properly to the MD. Can you, the pianist, is there any chance that I could have the tempo like this instead? If you feel it's going wrong, please do. Don't carry on and continue putting yourself through that pain, or indeed the panel in front of you. Feel free to say, I'm really sorry, can I stop and start again? And they will either say to you, yes, absolutely no problem, or no, for whatever reason, we don't want you to do that. I'd like to think that the latter doesn't generally happen. And most people want you in that room because they want you to do well. So if you're in pain with what you're doing, they would rather you did stop and go, I can hear I'm not in tune. I could hear I started in the wrong key. Please, can I do that again? I can hear I'm out of sync with the tempo. Or also if you're in a screen casting, feel free to at any point just ask a question. Do you want it in this particular accent? Do you want it? Where am I in shot? Am I full length? Am I just up to my waist? Whatever. Is it head and shoulders? So you know that what's required of you. I would say ask those questions of what is required of you, and use your agent before you go into the room. If you are unsure of song choices, if you are not quite sure of the script that you've been sent and how to interpret it, please feel free to use your agent and ask those questions. If they can help you in advance, then that's less pressure on you on the day.
Hi, my question is, what route should I take after college in order to become a professional performer?
I think in an ideal world, it's great after college if you are able to then further your training at a drama school or an establishment that provides performance skills and training. I think ultimately that will provide you with some sound knowledge and understanding of how everything works, but also create some opportunities to work with fantastic creative people and possibly open some doors for you for the future. So I think if you are able to do that, that's probably the easiest way to then become a performer afterwards. Taking time out and coming into the industry a little bit later on is difficult for some people because they haven't had that training or that expert knowledge passed down to them. They've had to go out and fight for it themselves, which makes some actors much more hungry and driven to succeed. But I think if you were to ask what would be the next step, my opinion would be, obviously, if you can go to a school, please do so.
As a 16-year-old who's going to be going to college, how do I find an agent to then get an agent? Thank you.
I think mostly those agents that will represent kind of 16-year-olds, so minors, would probably be specifically kind of children's agencies. We don't tend to look after children. In fact, we don't look after children. We look after adults. I think the youngest we look after is probably sort of 19, just sort of graduate kind of age, or young graduate age. So again, research. Just look for agencies that represent young performers, and do your due diligence and really look into them, and then write to them. Introduce yourself. Say, listen, I'm about to go to college, so I'll be busy, but I can still go up for this kind of work and this kind of work, and I can manage this, I can do this. Just introduce yourself to appropriate agents, email them with all your information, and hopefully you'll find the right agency for you.
So drama school is amazing. I was lucky enough to go to 2 theatre schools, one from 13 to 16 and then one from 16 till I was 19. And I had amazing training and I really enjoyed my time there. Obviously, financially and for all different reasons, not everyone can take that route. So I think it's down to you as an individual and what you gain. There are lots of other ways as well to be able to work as a professional if you are not lucky enough to be able to go down that route of theatre school. And there are a lot of people in the industry that are all working professionally that have got there from very different journeys. So I think if you are able to go, then that's wonderful and you will have a great time. In the same as that as well, we have some clients that have maybe changed courses You know, it's about what you feel you need as a performer, where your gaps of knowledge are, and not every drama school fits every single person. So we definitely have worked with people that have started on one course somewhere, realised it's maybe not quite the right fit for them, and then moved to a different course to focus on maybe slightly different things. They all offer different training. So it's very much about gaining more knowledge about them to decide what's the best path for you. There's some amazing courses at university as well. And for some people, they can do it just by working and just gaining that knowledge themselves.